Hey, two people, family. So sorry about not getting a video out yesterday. Last night we had a serious issue that had to be dealt with, and it kind of put a damper on our night, and it got resolved today, so everything's good. So in this video of here, I started a new project, and I read you the first 3 pages. Well, I've been continuing to write on it, and today I wrote a sequence that really made me think about myself. So I'm going to share it with you, and yeah, it's gonna be you're gonna miss some in between parts between what I read you before and what I'm reading you now. So yeah, that's the evil genius in me playing around a little bit, but there's a point to it. So here we go. The following morning, Jordan's phone woke him. The sun was just peeking in the window. You did on Barclay. Take your time. I know you had a long night. It was Brandon. The latter was becoming Robin to Jordan's Batman, but with more respect than the fictionalized character seemed to get from the pop culture crowd at large. After stripping the rest of his clothes off, Jordan slid into his chair to wheel over to the drive-in shower. As soon as his wheels hit the floor sensors, the shower started its spray, with steam immediately rising up. He commenced brushing his teeth with his Pulse toothbrush mounted to his right, even though he was a lefty. It was just easier to reach across to the right than to the left. He never put much thought into it, but he'd always heard Crips have a dominant hand and a helper hand. He guessed his right was his helper. He was mulling over last night, and then two more lost souls. And on Barclay? That's just 4 blocks south, he thought as he soaped his hair and rinsed, wiping excess water from his face with his palm. Then he let the water cascade over him for just a moment. Breakfast? Daniel Banks came from the other side of the frosted glass. Not that the glass was needed. They had nothing to hide from each other. Of course, she knew there were things Jordan couldn't tell even her for the integrity of whatever assignment he was on. Not that he didn't trust her to not talk. It was just the way it was. And truth be told, she honestly didn't want to know everything. She couldn't fathom the things he'd most definitely seen. Sure, if he wanted to talk, she was all yours, but coffee and whatever you're having, please. So, if I was having coffee and creamy shit you'd be in, she deadpanned. He could hear the smile without the smile. Sure. A shower of cold water was her retort as she tossed over a cupful from the bathroom sink. Nice arm, Kai Young. Serious, I'll have whatever. He could hear his wife snicker as she left to make their grub. When he was finished soaking, Jordan moved his chair forward, automatically shutting off the shower and tripping another set of sensors that turned on 4-point dryers, with 2 in front, 2 on either side, and 2 in the back. There'd been a package that included one to dry his ass, but he declined that, not knowing what it'd feel like getting a warm breeze up his bunghole every time he dried off from a shower. So he chose to do that the old-fashioned way, by placing his drying towel on the bed before he transferred to said bed. Once his ass was dried off to his liking, Jordan got his socks on by bending his knees so he was in one of those yoga positions he'd seen. Somewhere along the lines, folks hadn't had his hip surgically popped in the socket, so he had movement others didn't. And since he had limited feeling, it didn't hurt to do so. To this day, the evil genius in him reveled in people's faces when they heard his hips slide in and out of their sockets with his various movements. Then it was onto his trousers. For that, he got them over his legs, then did the roll thing to get them up and eventually over his ass. Getting his pants over his ass was the hardest part of the whole dressing routine. From there, he threw on his shirt by turning it upside down, putting his predominant hand in, his helper arm, and finally his head, a move he had taught himself. This sequence worked for both pullovers and button-ups. After he transferred back to his chair, he put on his shoes. Yeah, it'd have been easier to put his shoes on while his legs were in his yoga position, but they added weight he had to transfer against. And even then, he had to keep his feet from crashing to his footrests with a sickening sounding crash as they followed from his bed. To finish off the routine, he went back to the bathroom to coif his hair. Okay, guys, so there is a bit of truth to that and a bit of fiction. Now, obviously, the shower is a James Bondish kind of shower. I don't know of any shower that you have sensors that you can drive over and it turns on for you. That'll be a hell of an invention and it'd be really cool, but I don't know. Now, about the dressing, to some extent, I've done that before, and I've seen Joey do variations of it. Matter of fact, this is the first time she's heard this part of the story, and so she was getting first along with you guys. So, but it made me wonder. While I was writing it, I really had to think about the whole getting dressed situation. So I want to know what you Crips that listen to us and watch us think. Leave us your comments and tell me what you think. And for you able-bodied people, I'm not leaving you out. I want to know what you guys think because you guys, not to brag on you, but you have it easy as far as getting up and doing your thing and going and whatnot. But tell me, your ideas on doing a routine like that. And yeah, writing is an interesting thing. I've told you before, I don't have any of this planned. I just read what I did the last bit and go from there. And this is what came out of it. And also, it's also the first time I've written from a Crip character's perspective. So, It's really pushing me to think about myself and to pay attention to how Joey moves and does certain things. And yeah, it's this project is going to be probably it's going to be trying and fun. It's flowing pretty easily. Today I didn't write so much, probably a couple of hundred words, but yesterday I wrote almost 1100, but so yeah, it's flowing pretty good. So guys, leave me those comments and tell me what you think. And as always, for you new family members, thank you. We love you. Thank you for joining us. And for you guys that have been with us forever, thank you for staying with us. And we love you. And be good to each other. And we'll check you later.